Good morning and good morning. My name is Barnabas Amiolemen. Today, I will be showing you how to configure a router, Cisco router. Let's start with this version of router. I'm using Cisco Tracer. How many interface does this router? How many does it have? Let me check. It has two interface. You have a gigabit. These are the interface, as you can see. You have a you have a point to it. Where are you? Okay, we have a gigabit internet zero/0 and 0/1. So I will bring in let me bring a computer. You can see you click here, then drag the computer here and bring in two computers. Then let me connect them. When you're connecting computer to a router, direct to a router, let's not do that. Let's bring a switch in between them. Let me check this. Uh, of course, straight through to connect device to a switch. This is just basic. Then I take interface, this interface. So let us see how these two computers can communicate. They are in the same network. Today we'll be looking at how these two computers can communicate. Let me assign the IP address to them. Load share 192.168.0. Let's say 10. Then 192 168.0.20. Then my router, I can give it 192.168.0.1. The router. This is the IP address I want to assign to each of them. So I'm not giving the IP address to a switch, which means I'll be using the V1 to communicate. So the router, I'll click here, go to CLI. Okay, as you can see, it's asking me, would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? I will say no. This one meaning it will give me step by step configuration. So the essence will be defeated if I want to use the wizard to configure this router. Then I will say no. Then return, press enter. So I'm now at the user the interface. It's a user mode. Then to enter enable mode, start and enable. Okay. Then this environment is the environment that will enable you to gain access to configuration mode. Without getting to this area, you cannot enter configuration mode. So, for example, let me exit. I cannot say config here at this user mode. It say invalid. So the command is not available at this mode. So I will have to enter enable first, then config. Config it is sitting as a configuration terminal. Configure as simply was just say config T. That'll give you, or you can do something like this. Just type it configure then terminal. This is the complete commands that you have. So I can just say config T. Then I will now enter the interface of the router. You know, if you can look at this router here, you see that let me point this. You see that this router is having a place it. I'm using, you can see gigabit 0/0. That is the interface I'm using. Okay. So if you don't want this in, when I click here, if you want this one to still remain at the top, select this. Always remain at the top. Look at it. If I deselect it, then click here. See, it's going behind. So I will have to start clicking on this one again to come up. So just mark it. That will make it more comfortable for you. Now enter interface G0/0. You can see, look at the sign has changed from config to config if. Okay, that shows that you are now at the interface. Then what IP address you say we should assign? Say we should assign this IP address. Of course, we are using a full subnetting as a classical subnetting. That is 255.255.255.0. So I will enter IP address. As you can see, IP address. First tab, it will give me the full spelling. Or I can just simply say IP address, then 192.168.0.1, then 255.255.255.0. Okay, you can see it's not yet active, it's showing red because I've not issued a specific command, which is very, very important. It's called no shut down. No shut down. Press enter. Automatically, it gets become green. Okay, become green. This will start also negotiate with this very one too. So very soon to become a green also. Then let's say how we can communicate between this IP address, this computer and this computer. So I will assign the IP address to this. This time, let me check this. Since I'm not working on this. Okay. So go to desktop, then IP configuration. So 192.168.0.what 10. When you click here, automatically it will take this. Of course, the default gateway is the router, okay, which is 192.168.0.0.1. That is the default gateway. Hmm. Yes, that's correct. Then let me configure this desktop config. Let me mark this also for convenience sake. What is the IP address? That is 192.168.0.20. Simply click here. Then the default gateway, same that of a router into dot 168.0.1. Yeah, I think I'm done. Let's see what happens. Let me try to ping from here to here and see what if I can connect. I go to command prompt. Let me try to sorry, ping 192.168.0.20. Wow. So it's reachable. It's reachable. What about the router? Can I ping the router, which is one? You can see it. How do I record this? I press this my arrow button. The upper the arrow, the navigator navigation arrows. So I record the last commands that are issued here. Wow, press enter. Yeah, it's working as expected. That is it. So you can see everything become green. That is it for today. Thank you for watching.